combat routines. System help.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to counter Orisa, and these are my top 5 tips. Let's do this. Number 1, stay clear of the edge. That is because of Halt, which is her best ability. Loads of Orisa's character power is in this ability. You get pulled off the edge, you get dead. Do not do it. Number 2, she pokes out of barriers. This is highly frustrating. Now watch this. So I've died there. How have I died? I'm in the barrier. Well, no, actually, I'm not fully in the barrier. Orisa's weapon arm appears to be poking out of the barrier and takes damage. So if we look at McCree's point of view here, you can see me taking damage there. Like, I'm in the barrier, I'm sort of duking in, out, and I'm dead. It's like, what? It's highly frustrating, and it happens all the time. So if we look at this here as well, this is on Oasis, and I've got my bongo down. I'm in my little bongo bunker, and my bongo's been destroyed, feels bad. But look at this, I'm dead. How the hell have I died there? Well, that's because, again, I've poked out of the barrier. So the tip to take from this is always fire at Orisa, even when she's in her barrier, because more often than not, she will poke out of the barrier. Oh, actually, my bongo actually just finished. Awesome. Look at that. Died. It's highly annoying. Number 3, she is no Reinhardt. So if you see her trying to hold down a choke on her own as the only tank, just destroy her. Just fire damage into her. She cannot do anything about it. Look at this, right? So I had a barrier down, and I already had a barrier ready to go again. So that was 1,800 points of barrier destroyed. Now I'm using Fortify to soak up damage because that gives Orisa a 50% damage reduction and makes her immune to crowd control effects. Then we've got another barrier down. Actually, look at that. Our McCree has killed the enemy McCree, so they've got less damage. Still taking a ton of damage. There is nowhere for me to go as Orisa because she has no movement, so I die. Always focus her down. Number 4, just shoot Orisa. Watch this. Watch how quick she dies. She's got a massive hitbox. She takes a ton of damage, especially on her head. Her head hitbox is crazy. Look at that. I'm firing at her and I kill her through the barrier. That's because the Orisa player thought she was in the barrier, but she wasn't. Number 5, destroy the bongo. Whenever you see this thing on the floor, this bad boy, it must go. That's if you can kill it, right? Because it gives everybody within line of sight 50% increased damage. That is right. It gives you the same damage boost as the Nana boost. And that thing, ladies and gentlemen, is ridiculous. Obviously, that gives you damage resistance as well. But this thing just gives you damage, but to the entire team, it is infinitely powerful. So if you ever see this in a position where you can kill it, then take it out. All right, what we're going to do now is take a look at me playing Orisa here on Oasis. Now, this is going to show you some severe weaknesses with Orisa. Her main problem is she is not mobile. She is the least mobile of all of the tanks. That is because when she fires, she slows down, much like D.Va. She's not like Roadhog, where you could say Roadhog is arguably quite not really mobile as well, but Roadhog's got other abilities. Roadhog can eliminate a character from the game straight away with his hook kill combo. He can also heal himself. Orisa can't heal herself. Yes, she can set up these defensive bunker positions, and she's like a totally different kind of playstyle to Roadhog anyway. And that's the thing with Orisa. She's a different kind of playstyle. She sets up defensive positions and then works from them. So what you can see me doing here is using the Halt ability to just mess with the enemy, just to push them back. You'll notice as well, my damage output on Orisa is not that insane. It is if you're firing into barriers and easy to hit targets. The problem with Orisa, it's very difficult to hit fast moving targets with your slow firing projectile weapon, because you almost have to aim poorly to hit them. And somebody like me who plays a lot of Soldier, a lot of McCree, I'm used to aiming at the target I'm firing at, so it's pretty difficult for me to hit. Alright, so what are the major issues I'm seeing here with Orisa, and where can you guys sort of exploit this type of gameplay that I'm playing here at the moment? Because this was one of my better games, I would say, on Orisa, especially on control point. Look at me. Just look at me. Like, I'm a massive target. This is the worst thing about Orisa. She is the easiest tank in the game to kill when she has no abilities, right? Reinhardt, when his barrier's down, yeah, he's vulnerable, but he can still get away. He doesn't have a headshot hitbox the size of the moon, which is what Orisa has. I mean, look how fast I die. As soon as barrier's gone, as soon as I don't have Fortify, Orisa is literally dead. She is very vulnerable to people like Widowmaker. Widowmaker is an extremely hard counter to Orisa because 2 charged up headshots and she's dead, and it is very easy to land the headshots. Flankers are also strong against Orisa. Yes, she has Halt and she can pull them into position to fire at them, but generally because they can jump around her barrier, they can do quite a bit of damage. Junkrat can put out a surprising amount of damage to her as well to remove her barriers. I wouldn't say he was a hard counter, but he is definitely one of them. Soldier 76, McCree, any other DPS hero, all you have to do is fire at Orisa. It sounds like stupid advice, but she goes down rapid, like really, really fast. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be very interesting to see how she fits into the game, because she isn't the most survivable. She's got a very interesting toolkit, especially with Halt. I think Orisa's probably going to be used on certain maps because of her, well, because of Halt, really, because all of her power is generally in that one ability, and her ultimate as well, which is very strong. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Stylosa, and this has been my top 5 tips on how to counter Orisa. If you have any more, leave them in the comments below, and I'll catch you next time. Toodaloo.